Welcome to the living word of God. In Deuteronomy chapter 26, God, through Moses, reminds the children of Israel about giving tithe. Tithe is 1/10 of your produce. Tithe is the best of your produce. And the Bible talks in terms of the agricultural produce because the children of Israel were basically cultivators. And so God tells them, when you give tithe, give the first fruit. When you give tithe, give the best. And I remember growing up in the village, our parents would always select the best fruit, the best produce of the farm as tithe to the Lord. And I tell you, they were never disappointed. They never lacked what they need because they were faithful in giving tithe. And so God says, give tithe to the Lord. Why? Because your parents, your grandparents, your great grandparents were foreigners in a foreign land. Verse 5, it reads, you shall answer and say before the Lord your God, my father was a Syrian about to perish, and he went down to Egypt and dwelt there, few in number, and there he became a nation, great, mighty, and populous. Don't you remember? Jacob went down to Egypt, 70 members of family, and it became multitudes. When they leave the land of Egypt, they were in terms of millions. That's what God did to the faithful children. And for that reason, God expected them to return, not because God does not have, but God wanted them to remember the great things that God did for them. And I tell you, verse 11, so you shall rejoice every good thing which the Lord your God has given to you and your house, and you and the Levite and the stranger who is among you. Oh, brothers and sisters, God expects us to give him tithe from every produce, from every income that he has blessed us with. Just 1/10 of our produce, just 1/10 of our income, so that God can bless us more. Remember in the book of Malachi, God says, why have you robbed me of my offerings and my tithes? Please bring it faithfully to the house of the Lord and see and test me if I will not open the windows of heaven and bless you, that you will have no room to receive it. Brothers and sisters, let us be faithful in returning the share of God, 1/10, the tithe God expects us.